Over the last 5 years, myself and my partner, Dr. Elliot Lander, developed the Cell Surgical Network. We started out as a couple guys working with these cells, these magical cells in your fat that we know as stem cells. Technically, it's stromal-vascular fraction, a nice rich soup, a rich broth, loaded with these cells that are unspecialized and can differentiate and even replicate. And so they can turn into the parts that we need to replace. I often refer to these cells as, magical cells. We'll call it liquid magic because they have helped our patients get better from orthopedic injuries and even from things like COPD, heart disease, neurodegenerative problems. We can take these fat cells, which are loaded with stem cells, not just rejuvenate your face, but separate these cells from the fat and use them for different purposes.
As part of the Cell Surgical Network, part of what my practice does is harvest stem cells, specifically adipose-derived stromal-vascular fraction, and we deploy it for any number of conditions.
Inflammatory, degenerative processes. It's great for orthopedic. We're working on using it for neurodegenerative issues.
Finally, we're at the stage where patients, we knew their own cells are going to heal systemic disease.
So there's kind of three main effects that, two of which we've observed directly, which is the reduced inflammatory response by the body that results in really high quality pain management. Secondly, there's an immune modulation effect that we've observed. And these are patients, for example, that have inflammatory arthritis like rheumatoid arthritis or psoriatic arthritis. And if we treat one of those joints, not only does that joint tend to improve in terms of pain and swelling and decreased function, but other joints that we didn't directly inject tend to get better also. So we think that that's evidence of an immune modulating effect. The third effect is the one that's most clearly still in the research component of things, and that's how much of the SVF therapy actually results of rebuilding of tissues that have been previously damaged. And this takes, several years to kind of establish which tissues rebuild and which don't.
With the stem cell stromal vascular fraction therapy that we've been able to do, we're seeing, maybe not day one, but within a couple of months, some very significant changes. And these people are often at their wits' end. And that's really made a big impact on me as well as my staff.
It's clearly a new horizon, kind of, where things are going next, part of our medical practice. It's an important part of our clinical research right now.
It's a great time in medicine. It's similar to the creation of penicillin, but I think we're above and beyond. This is the future, without question.